Once my eyes closed, I began fractaling and bouncing from room to room. And for whatever reason, usually my view was from the top left or right corner of a room. And as soon as my gaze would fix on a certain room, I would kind of zoom into that room and I would stay there for what felt like a few seconds, and then I would get pulled out. And then I would get pulled into another room. And I was kind of fractaling, it's hard to explain, but I was kind of fractaling and bouncing from these different rooms. And this happened maybe 20 or 30 times, and each room was different. Some rooms felt like they were part of a higher dimension, while other rooms felt like they were more normal. And I remember one of the rooms was an abandoned Russian middle school from the 70s. And there's no reason why I should know exactly what those details were, especially because I've never been to Russia and I wasn't around during the 70s. But I kind of instinctually knew that that's what this was. This one lasted for a few minutes, and as I came to my senses, I had this gut feeling that there was more for me to see. So congrats, you get 2 trips in 1. Anyways, as intense as it was, there was more for me to see. So I went in this time with an intention and meditated on the question, what am I a part of? Because while I was kind of bouncing and fractaling, seeing these different rooms, it kind of felt like there was something more for me to see. Like there was something beyond those rooms if I had just kind of relaxed and let go. So I packed my vape again with 30 milligrams, I took 3 hits, and I shot back up. Only this time I was flying through a timeline that had images on both sides. So if I looked at an image, it would take me to that specific moment. And one of the times I looked at an image and it shot me to this black family in the 80s who were just watching TV at night. And the dad's hand was around the mom's arm with both the kids on either side. And it was a nice moment. And of course, for whatever reason, I was viewing it from the top left corner of the room. Then I was pulled back out and I traveled along the timeline until I looked to my right and I would see another image. And then I was shot into that moment. And this time it was the moment of a young black girl holding a hairbrush. And then it zoomed in even further on the hairbrush and it just stayed on that hairbrush for what felt like a few seconds. And then it zoomed me back out. And this happened a few other times, maybe for like 2 or 3 other minutes. And then eventually the images started to fade and I started to come back to my normal body. And one thing I sometimes struggle with is what it means to be black. And sometimes I'll feel disconnected from black culture. So it's pretty obvious that this ship was telling me that I need to embrace being black beyond my own experiences. And it definitely wasn't the trip that I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but the fact that I got to see these black Americans in intimate settings kind of made me feel more connected to this part of myself that I sometimes neglect. And that's kind of the nature of DMT. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's almost always going to be something personal that you may be able to integrate into your life. Anyways, congratulations, you followed the path to see a hidden video, so you can either choose to click on the outro link and finish up, or you can click on the hidden video and you can see how DMT gave me a metaphysical study tip.